Like I said, we are struggling with the network. While waiting for Dr. Adeyemi to join us, 25 grew a great picture. You can see that dealing with so many things. If we take the for we you get
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are very sorry It is not our making. It is the network that has been disturbing us. But Dr. Iloja, if you are in the same mosque with Imam, can you use your network or your device so that you test if another device is going to perform better? Okay. Well, in case I lose my co-host status, I want to reach out and make some contacts. So to redeem the situation, if Allah permits. So, Brother Sharif and Brother Sunusu, please take note. In case I lose my co-host status while trying to reach out, kindly assist me.
Noted, sir.
All right. Let me quickly say something before the unfriendly network takes me out again. We can identify them by three characteristics. One, management of emotion. They are generally unusual. They are not regular people. Therefore, they don't display emotion. If they love intensely, very deeply, but their spouse may not understand. The spouse may not know whether her husband really loves her, or the husband will not know whether his wife really loves him. So we are going to talk more about the So we can identify them basically by the general attitude, general trait, general characteristics. They are unusual. They are not regular human beings. So the first thing that we confuse anybody about them is the ability to manage their emotion. They can fall into depression without anybody knowing. They can commit suicide. People will wonder. They will hide their feelings, hide their pains, not complain until they get into trouble. Number two, they are usually unique in their biological essence. One, they could be twins. When they are twins, every twin is great because it's an unusual birth. Every child that is born by cesarean section is a great person. Every child that is firstborn, hey, firstborn is a great person, whether male or female. Only child, like the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was the first and only child. Only child, whether he or she was born, no other child was born after him or her, or he or she is the only surviving child. She will combine all the intelligence, all the glory of everyone that had died before and after her, before and after him. He will combine them. A first and only male child is a serious problem. A serious problem to himself, serious problem to his family, serious problem to his spouse, serious problem to his children. And they are very, very difficult to manage. The sixth one is last-born. Now, this last-born are into three. If he is a last-born, he will never stop treating everybody as a servant. Last-born. Last-born wants everybody to take care of him, to pamper him. You know, conversely, last-born female wants to take everybody as a child. She will want everybody to respect her, to regard her as a child, and she doesn't want to be last-born. She wants to look for a younger sister, usually sister, like her, by all means. She's not going to accept that she's last-born. The male will accept the fact, and we want everybody to respect him, to treat him specially. Anybody that treats a last-born male regularly, normally, will be in trouble. If a last-born male marries, he will become a king. They are usually polygamous. They are usually temperamental. And they are usually terrible, terrible, terrible. You will see that Suleiman was the only child. And he was polygamous several times more than his father Dawood, alayhi salatu wassalam. So the last-born male is usually polygamous. And he does not hold anything. He's not possessive. Unlike the last-born female, who is possessive. She is so possessive that everybody must be her child. Anyone that wants to go out of that will find trouble with her. So we have the last-born male, the last-born female, and the last-born by accident. Sometimes he or she may not be the very last-born, but eventually he or she loses younger siblings and becomes last-born. This one is terrible. He will be looking for the siblings that have died. He or she will be looking for the sibling that has died. If he marries, he or she would take the spouse as a younger sibling, even if she's younger than her spouse. Ó máa sọ ọkọ ẹ̀ di àbúrò ni, because especially obìnrin, she's looking for another last born. She doesn't want to be last born. So these are the issues. When you marry a twin, you are married to a great woman. It will be difficult for you to manage her. She will not show any feeling for you, but yet she loves you. She can discuss with her twin brother or sister. We have several cases like that. The twin sibling is a problem in the family of his or her twin sister or brother. And the spouse that is not careful, that forgets that he or she is married to two people, will find it difficult to manage. So let's take twins first, because it's a recurrent experience. If they are both females, they hide and deceive each other. They hide and deceive each other. They want each one wants the other to feel that she is superior to her. She's happier, even if she's not. That feeling will now make the other to go and mount pressure on her husband to fire the husband, so that the husband will have problem. Once one of them has crisis, for example, let's get out of two female twins. Let's take a male and a female. Once the marriage of the male crashes, he will struggle to crash the marriage of his twin sister. We have a case in Lagos. The husband was not quite tidy. He wasn't quite smart. And he started fighting to the extent of going physical, fighting his brother-in-law, the twin brother of his wife. And we were finding it difficult to explain to him that when you marry a twin, you must accommodate the twin sibling, because they are from the same womb, same day. They spend the same time in the womb, and they came out same day, and there's going to be a problem. Nobody can separate them. They will rather separate from their spouse. Who wants to separate them? There is no way you can make them think otherwise. So it's a serious problem to manage. Now, who do twins marry? Incidentally, we have carried out certain research to find out twins always want to marry twins, so that they will combine all their talents and be successful. That's another characteristic. I mentioned it briefly. An average great person combines talents. He has talents. His own talent, one person in the family, is equal to everybody in the family. And there is nothing you can make a great person do except what he wants to do. When you start looking at them as children, you start blaming them, abusing them, thinking negatively about them. Very stubborn, independent-minded, and sticking to principle, even as a child having principle, because of the extraordinary intelligence. Let's go back to Khadija and Balkis. It was extraordinary intelligence for Balkis to choose peace instead of war. Her people wanted war. She looked at them probably as idiots. And she made that statement: kings, when they enter a town, they reduce the high and mighty to nothing and destroy the town. I'm going to send him a gift. That is our own missile to conquer you. You reject, you are in trouble. You accept, you are in trouble. You have to be smart and diplomatic. That's why they don't want to marry a regular person. They want to marry a person like them, so that they will fight, they will settle, they will run mad, they will go crazy, stable. They are emotion. So let's look at firstborn. Usually, firstborn are leaders. Usually, we have also found that many of them carry O blood. O blood. We also found that they are generous to a fault. They are not usually, stingy, perhaps due to the nature of their blood. But they are so terrible that nobody really can know when they are broke. Nobody will know. They will borrow, they will wreck themselves, and exactly the way a lastborn behaves. As for the lastborn, he or she will complain and blame everybody for wasting his or her own money. The lastborn wants to give everybody, like the only child. The only child wants to give everybody because he or she wants a companion. Kò fẹ́ jóun nìkan. So we have all these traits, all these characteristics in great men and women. And when a great man marries a great woman, it's a very, very serious problem. If one of them, especially the man, is not extremely patient, it will be a life of crisis throughout. A life of crisis throughout. So when you marry a firstborn wife, you have married a wife, a sister, and a mother. She's going to be a mother to all her siblings, and she's going to hard you as one of her children. You're not going to take it. Whether you are great or not, a man is not going to take that. A wife should not mother the husband. But this is our own nature. And they're usually very, very calm in mien, in disposition, but they are human beings who can scatter everything if they get angry. When they get angry, at all. So the husband of such should be extremely patient. If you are dealing with the only child, you must accept him or her as a sibling, or else there will be trouble. I'm aware of a father who joined the husband of his daughter as siblings. Incidentally, they are cousins. But the husband didn't understand why he wanted him to regard his wife as sister. And this is what happened to Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Ibrahim was an only child, an only male child. So when he married, he regarded his wife as his sister. Neither his father nor his mother gave birth to that woman. But he regarded Sarah as his sister, thinking like her, thinking her, thinking with her, thinking only about her. So when he married, when they gave him a princess, and the wife turned, when the girl became pregnant, and the wife drilled a hole in her ear, Ibrahim did not complain. Ismail, and the woman flared up. He agreed to go out of and went back to his sister. A great man is highly emotional. The woman manages her own emotion. The man does not. The man cannot manage his own emotion. So let's talk about one subject that is easy to use to profile every human being. This subject, unfortunately, is not understood. That's why I sent what I sent to the family, DFN Family WhatsApp platform. It is sex. I asked Gemini AI to discuss the relationship between Satanism, Illuminati, magic, and sex. I also asked it to join science and technology. Sex is the connection for all these very deep, mystical beliefs. Islam does not say don't do. Islam only says do within regulation. Now, sex is the evidence for your emotion. We reveal it. A great woman does not express pleasure during intimacy. She doesn't, except if the pleasure is from her and the pleasure is for her spouse. She doesn't. If you marry a great woman, you don't know what turns her on. You cannot know when you reach the G point. You don't know whether she's satisfied, because it is a service, not pleasure. Generally, when women are not happy or they have turned their love to hatred, that is when they switch off. The great woman can switch off from sex easily. An average woman is great in terms of emotion. She can switch off from sex. A man, no matter how great, in fact, the greater the man is, the greater his problem is, emotional problem. He cannot manage his emotion. A man, a great man, is highly emotional. Do without sex. The more he is denied sex, or he denies himself sex, especially during Ramadan, the Muslim man that is great is tensed, is always temperamental, is always angry. Why? Because sex is the tonic for his life. The life of a great man. That's why Dawood had many wives, Suleiman had many wives, Ibrahim had only two, Musa married two at the same time, Isa could not marry. All the Ulul Asmin and Rusul married more than one wife. That's why the Prophet eventually married 15 women. 15. 11 counted, 9 constant. When you count 11, you count Khadija plus the one that had So plus 9, making 11. But there was a woman that left, making 11 Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You want to wonder, a great man, the only way to make a woman happy is to have good intimacy. Good intimacy that is love making, not sex. Sex is exercise. That's why they call it sexercise. Sexercise. But love making is spiritual. It increases your provision. Once you're happy, you get that pleasure, you get your provision easily. That is why Yahoo boys use sex for money. That is why gbogbo ibi tó ti ń ṣàwo tó ń tẹ́ndì tó ń ṣoògùn owó sex ni. That is why we grew up in Kano to know Yandaudu, homosexuals, male prostitutes. And those who patronize them do so only because of money. When ordinary zina to lesbianism and homosexuality to move from pedophile to bestiality. These are stages. Now, this because the husband may not understand anything about her. She does not ask. She doesn't. Even if she wants it, she does not ask. And she does not let the husband know whether she's enjoying it, whether she wants it, whether she wants more, whether she wants a particular style or approach to it. So this is frustration. The great man is equally a so the great man is just make him feel that she's not enough and she can never satisfy him. So the woman needs to be extremely patient. There was a brother, he's late now. It got to a point that the wife asked for is a wife for him. And even after that, he still went ahead to marry an old friend, an secondary school friend. Only Allah knows how many wives the brother married before he died and how many he divorced. Divorce is a constant problem for great men. They don't care. They don't care. So for so no, okay, when to fear, we are only being asked to be patient. When we are being asked to be patient, we are being asked to act stupid, to act stupid. What they talk, page one. Wondering whether yeah, let's take another of their emotions, their tongue. The last one is their temperament. Temperament. They are very good people. They are very good people. But when they get angry, everybody and they don't care when they're angry. Nothing is big. Nothing. I think it's true to say. So we should be with that and yeah, Allah says he has made he raises you one above the other in darajat liyabluwakum fi marrying wives. What does a great woman do? Whatever emotion that, but the danger in marriage is that it can lead to zina. To advise any great woman that is listening to me that is married not to switch off. It's a tendency, natural tendency. You're angry, you are not happy for whatever reason, you want it, the man is not coming, you switch off. Don't switch off. It is better to talk angrily than to keep your emotions within you. It can lead to depression. This is where I want to stop tonight, hoping that we would pick up this subject of intimacy, sex. What is it? We're going to invite people. It's not going to be just one episode. We're going to start from how the Quran, discuss the reason for marriage, a process of divorce. Once you stop sex, trouble has come. You have declared divorce. It is a process of conflict resolution, conflict management. You talk. فاجرون في it's beautiful.
Assalamu alaikum. I have two questions, but I'm not sure if this question have been addressed because the network hasn't been at its best. And I'm not sure if Imam can hear me because it's really hard to hear him due to the network issue. Sir. Hello? I don't know if anyone can hear me.
You're audible. You're audible.
Okay. Thank you, sir. My first question is when we talk about great women's emotions, feelings, temperament, and how they conceal and express them, where does the hormone plays its role in all these ways that they express this? Because science have taught us that women have different stages, the follicular stages, the follicular stage, ovulation, and all that. And these stages affect their mood as well. So where do this hormonal period come in when we talk about the mood and the expression and all this, especially in terms of intimacy in these great women? My second question is, I will say this one in Yoruba, because there's always been a narrative that the men have to be patient with the woman, no matter the kind of woman you are married to. And we have been hearing it for ages now, pé sùúrù la fi ń ṣe ọkọ obìnrin, right? My question now is, kí la fi ń ṣe aya ọkùnrin? What are the things, what are the steps to take? What do we do to like satisfy the men? I don't know. I'm not sure Imam might have talked about it, but I didn't hear it. Thank you. Those are my questions.
Yeah, thank you. We hope Imam will be able to come back to join us. But if he's not, personally, me, I will not want to dabble to the two questions. I want Imam to address it himself, because I know that you too will want him to be the one that we address. But if there's anybody who want to drop anything concerning the two questions, so we are free. Unfortunately, networking has been very, very unfair to us today. Again. And I cannot even locate Imam again.
Yeah.
So, Sister Bolali,
Sir?
maybe you put the two questions in the chat box again so that I can transfer it to Imam.
I don't know if it's something I can actually type because it's just...
You should be able to. Or you want me to reconstruct it for you. You know,
yeah,
in
that'll
Nigeria,
be fine.
we do a lot of reconstruction. So I might reconstruct and deform your question, but I will try and communicate it out to you. Well,
right,
unfortunately, the network is not too friendly. Okay. And I wonder if we are going to even get anything from any recorded version of this session today. Since our time remains just 4 minutes, can we just extend our patience at Igbafolong and just call on the national coordinator to give his closing remarks? How we interact with the Imam, I don't know. It seems as if most of us don't enjoy the session today due to network fluctuation. We'll see what you can do about it. National coordinator, sir, can you give us your closing remarks?
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. We thank everybody for your patience and sacrifice. The network has been so bad. We take responsibility and we tender apology. It's not, it's something that's beyond our control. but we believe that maybe one or two things have been picked as a part of the lesson learned tonight. So if we get any good recording of it, I'm going to post it on the platform. So maybe the Imam records it from his own end. So otherwise, you take it as being delivered. We thank all of us for being part of this session tonight as a great team. Things of happiness for us that we are always on call every Tuesday to learn one thing or the other. Like you do say, we are not claiming to have the monopoly of knowledge. We are just expressing issues from the perspective that we consider it is that we know. So if anybody have anything better, they can bring it up and we can just discuss it together. Our main objective for this particular session is to live a happy life so that we can have the hope of having the opportunity to enter Al-Jannah in the hereafter. Because we believe that if you are not happy in this world, you don't do your best in this world, that hereafter will be doubtful. May Allah continue to preserve our Imam. May Allah continue to bless all of us, provide for us, and perfect his earth and knowledge. Till next week again, let's remember that this is the month of our youth conference, Igbo 2026. Let's mobilize them to register on time, because this time around it's first come first serve, because they have limited space in the school that I want to use. May Allah continue to spare our mind. Jazakumullah khairan to everybody, especially our coordinator, Engineer and our IT host, Imam Dosumu. May Allah be with all of us. Till next week again, Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, we want to sincerely apologize for the bad network. This is where we have found ourselves. Let us just continue to endure and hope for better things or a better country. May Allah accept the little I'll be able to do tonight as acts of ibadah. Hopefully, inshallah, the network will be better next week. And we will enjoy the session better than we did tonight. But despite all odds, I want to think we have picked one or two things. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم ربنا واجعلنا مسلمين لك ومن ذرياتنا أمة مسلمة لك وارنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون السلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين السلام على النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم. Ustaz Sharif Kolako, can you kindly help us to head the session, please?
I'll do that, sir.